welcome back to yet again another episode of the Iftism Talk podcast. We're gonna be doing another. I'm making sure all of our. Oh, hold up. Making sure. That's why I was looking.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, welcome back to yet again another episode of the Iftism Talk podcast. Today we're gonna be doing another reaction video. This time on the origins of Skinwalkers. So this will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we got that guest again with
Yep.
us.
Addison.
One second, let me get this set up here. Okay. This moved around a little bit so you can see, and let's get into it.
Skinwalkers have become one of the most feared creatures in all of folklore, but they are seriously misunderstood. If you spend a lot of time looking at creepy things on the internet, then I guarantee you've heard the term skinwalker thrown around a few times. You might have read creepypastas where people encountered them in the woods and barely escaped with their lives, or seen shaky, pixelated footage of skinwalker sightings, but these representations of the legendary cryptid have strayed far away from their roots in Navajo folklore. A skinwalker, known by the Navajo as He-Nalbushi, is an evil witch that's chosen to forsake the values and morals of the society he or she resides in favor of a wicked, depraved lifestyle. A skinwalker's primary purpose is to spread chaos and invert the social order, using their powerful magic for nefarious purposes, like spreading disease and disrupting the most sacred Navajo rituals. They are despised as well as feared, so today we're uncovering their very messed up origins and listening to some folktales shared by the Navajo people. Let's get lost in some lore. There are a lot of misunderstandings surrounding skinwalkers thanks to Hollywood reducing them to Native American werewolves and the internet taking this misrepresentation and running with it. Another huge contributing factor is the Navajo people's reluctance to discuss skinwalkers at all.
Okay, so I didn't know they were misunderstood like that. The skinwalkers were like Native American werewolves. I've always been taught that they were just like creatures pretending to be animals trying to eat you. You know?
Or I've heard people too.
Yeah. They disguise as
Okay, let's do this real quick. Going into this, before we even go any farther, do you believe in skinwalkers?
I don't know.
Use your big girl voice.
I don't know. No.
Okay, do you?
no,
No.
not even a little bit.
See after this video what we think.
Still cool to talk about them.
Yeah. Let's see what we think about after this video.
All, let alone with outsiders, as many believe that discussing them attracts their attention. It's absolutely their right to do that, but when curious outsiders can't get answers, they're naturally going to make up their own. With that being said, we here at Messed Up Origins want you to feel that you can trust us to not spread more misinformation. So our resident historian Meredith Walker used the closest thing to first-hand accounts that are available during her research. Anthropologist Clyde Cluckhone, folklorist Bear Token, and writer Margaret K. Brady all spent a considerable amount of time with Navajo people, learning their traditions and customs, and wrote about.
What's anthropology? Isn't that like the study of man?
Oh, no.
I think so.
I think so too. I'm not 100% sure. I think, aren't we part Navajo?
I think so.
I think we're Cherokee and part Navajo. I think those are the two we are.
Can you spell course?
Course?
Of course. Let's do that.
I also think we're a tiny bit Chippewa. Something like that.
Oh, maybe Chippewa.
Or no, Choctaw. We aren't Chippewa. I might be butchering these names. I don't know. I just know.
Okay, we're gonna.
Okay, sorry.
Some of these skinwalker stories, they were told by adults and children. So, we'll be using their books as our primary resources. So first and foremost, skinwalkers are not lichens, man-cheetahs, or any other kind of
Man-cheetahs?
animal hybrid. They are Native American magic users who have committed themselves to the ways of chaos. They represent the antithesis, the exact opposite of Navajo cultural values. While community healers were known as medicine men and women, or by other positive terms in their respective indigenous language, witches were seen as evil. They conducted
What is that?
ritual ceremonies and manipulated corruption of the good
Don't
work
worry
of
about
medicine.
it.
What did it have?
That's fine.
What your cousin uses.
People traditionally perform. They had the knowledge
Oh,
and
and of
ability
course.
to do good, but deliberately chose the opposite, engaging in taboo behaviors like murder, cannibalism,
It said Tad
incest,
BB.
and the desecration of anything that Navajo society held sacred. According to anthropologist Clyde Pluckhone, in order to become a skinwalker, you had to know a skinwalker. And to be accepted into the secret society, you must willingly commit the most evil act of all, the murder of a close family member, usually a sibling. Your initiation ceremony would take place in a cave at night. Like all skinwalker ceremonies, participants would sit in a circle surrounded by piles or baskets of corpse flesh into rows of human heads, and they were completely naked
What?
except the masks and jewelry.
What? So they went completely naked and did a bunch of ritual. This why
They had a mask and jewelry on,
Oh yeah, sorry. They had masks and jewelry on. Tanner, I think
surrounded by baskets or piles of.
you might
flesh.
fit in. You might fit in as a skinwalker, Tanner.
Riley, it's your time to go.
Surrounded by skull or bones and bags of flesh.
I'll make sure one of them yours so I can spit on it.
That's crazy.
War, and their bodies were painted
I
in
hate him
ceremonial fashion.
with a
For the next
passion.
few hours, they would chant ritual songs backwards, make sand paintings, despite the Navajo considering that a strictly daytime activity, engage in cannibalism and necrophilia, who would even urinate and defecate on sacred Navajo symbols.
That's crazy.
It's interesting.
Yeah, they would defecate and urinate on
Sacred
sacred Navajo
symbols.
symbols. That's crazy.
So it's interesting.
And they also went and did cannibalism. That's cool. I mean, it's not cool. It's not cool. It's sarcasm.
Sweet, bro.
While Navajo rituals were performed to maintain health, order, and harmony with nature, a quality they know as Hojo, the skinwalker ceremonies were chaos manifest. By acting in a way that directly opposed nature, they created imbalances and unleashed evil into the community with the hope of causing social unrest, illness, and death. This is how skinwalkers gained their power. They grew stronger, healthier, and richer by making others weak, sick, and poor. Medicine men had the power to suppress this evil and some of its symptoms, but depending on how
You want
deeply
taquitos?
rooted the imbalances are, they might not be
Taquitos?
able to cure it entirely, which is what
How many?
makes skinwalkers so dangerous. This initiation process also
I'm fat,
granted
probably
new
3.
powers to the skinwalker, allowing them to perform certain kinds of dark magic on their own and even transform themselves into a number of different animals. This is where the aforementioned confusion with werewolves comes into play, so I want to be very clear about how skinwalkers are different. The fundamental difference between the two is
What
that
the-
werewolves are
Is that a werewolf in Zeus? What the goofy, y'all?
I don't know about this one. I think that's what the Native American people used to look like. That's actually that was the natural form.
Which one? The native, or the werewolf?
The werewolf thing.
Yeah, it's definitely.
more often than not, portrayed as victims of their condition, while skinwalkers volunteer for it and have control over it. There are, of course, exceptions to that rule because werewolf folklore has evolved considerably over the centuries. You can check out my episode on them if you want to learn more about that, but that's true the majority of the time. Skinwalkers can choose to anamorph into coyotes, wolves, foxes, cougars, dogs, owls, crows, and bears by wearing the skin of said animals, hence their name. They can
Wow.
walk in many different skins. This also applies to the Navajo term for skinwalkers, Inalbushi, which translates to something like, by means of it, it goes on all fours.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they had to wear the skin of the.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, that makes a lot more sense that they're called skinwalkers.
I figured they're called skinwalkers because they walk like in the skins of other animals.
Yeah.
Not they had to wear the skin
Yeah.
of other animals to.
Don't mind him; he's kind of autistic, playing with his stimming toy.
I'm stemming. I'm. What the? That man is not outrunning a bear, right?
Yes, he is.
He's built different.
This is Skinwalker.
There's no way that
Even though he looks to have red hair, he was definitely a Native American skinwalker.
Yeah. What the heck wrong with his shoes? Why are his shoes built like that?
I have a strange feeling it's AI. Just
Oh, no, most definitely. Nah, it's real, bro. What do you mean?
Did any of you guys want to?
Sorry about that. Oh,
Do you mute it?
no, did you?
I think I pushed H, and I think that muted it.
For anamorphing are to traverse land more effectively, be that quickly or quietly, and to disguise themselves. It's a lot easier to sneak into someone's house or stalk them when you're a slinky little fox as opposed to
Oh,
someone who they're
fox.
recognize. Instead of attacking you directly while disguised as a bear, their methods were lower key, like shooting bad medicine darts at victims or placing curses on them using magic. And those curses would rip.
You know, magic definitely used to be a thing.
Oh.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There was magic at some point. Now, was there magic when Native Americans were there? I don't know.
What makes you say that?
Um,
I'm just curious.
because the
I'm not,
Bible,
like-
Yeah.
the Bible talks about witchcraft and wizardry.
And the stuff that happened in it, there's no way that
Yeah. Like,
I just
But I
was trying
mean-
to elaborate for them. Like,
Yeah. I mean, some of it is dark magic and it's like devil magic. It's very possible some of it was holy magic, though. Not the Skinwalkers. They were definitely evil. Cannibalism was crazy.
Nah, bro. They were chill.
About all I'm saying is it's definitely possible this was.
They only went after the pedophiles. It's okay.
I believe it was a thing back then. I don't believe they still exist, though. That's kind of where I'm at with this.
I don't know. I think that they had like skinwalker rituals, like they're saying, but I don't think that they changed into other
It's
animals.
possible.
I just can't get behind it.
Definitely.
It sounds too like Hollywood almost.
Because Hollywood.
Like
makes-
it sounds like I believe parts of it. Like I said, I think that there was definitely rituals. I think
Mhm,
the
for
cannibalism
sure.
and murders were real.
Mhm.
But I think, and I'm sure they did wear the skin of other animals, but I don't think that they changed into animals. I think that's like a stretch, you know,
I mean,
like got lost
Yeah.
in translation type deal.
yeah.
Like I definitely believe that skinwalkers were a thing. Like I think that there's people that would go around wearing other animals like fur coats essentially, who would be cannibals and murder people and everything
Mhm.
else they've been talking about, right? But I don't think that they were like, but I'm just gonna go be a coyote for the day.
Yeah.
I don't think that was.
I don't think that's been a thing since. Like, no, it was magic was definitely a thing. Pre, like in BC. You know, because like there was definitely magic at some point. I mean, that's just weird to think about.
Yeah.
All right, cannibalism. Let's go.
Change from causing insanity to making you more accident prone. I'm not going to say they never attacked people in their animal form, but modern representations of them make it seem like that's exclusively what they do, when the reality is they were far more subtle. So now that you know what skinwalkers are, and just as importantly, what they're not, I say we dive into some skinwalker stories. First though, while I may not be able to tell you how to keep yourself safe from skinwalkers, I can show you how to keep your private information safe online. with
Yes,
today's
I can keep my
sponsor,
private safe.
NordVPN. As time goes on, the internet continues to become less predictable and coordinated. Alright, I've got a solid variety of stories to cover today. Each one
You're
offering
not-
a different
you're not
perspective
sponsored.
on how
You're not
these legends
sponsored.
develop in Navajo society. From adult Navajo who had to live alongside supposed skinwalkers to Navajo children who often make skinwalkers the culprit of their scary stories. Our first tale can be
Navajo,
found in a book
please.
called Along Navajo Trails, Recollections of a Trader 1898 to 1948. That trader was named Will Evans, and during his time living in New Mexico,
You don't
he
get to
puts
see
an
his face, my
unusual
bad.
amount of effort into preserving what he learned from his Navajo.
Second.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, that's Will Evans.
If you care that much, you can pause the video and look at him. But
Yep.
so you get to see.
Oh, customers and friends, including stories, superstitions, and religious practices as he understood them. One such story came from a customer who Evans refers to as Tall Man. He mentions a
Tall
peculiar
Man.
neighbor from his childhood named Many Goat's uncle. According to Tall Man, his
What?
whole neighborhood suspected Many.
You guys don't need to see this one. This one's just a generic
It's
Native
it's
American.
it's AI.
I'm pretty sure it's already been showed on screen.
It is. It has, and it's AI.
Minnie Goat's uncle.
Not mini goats, many.
TTZ Lani Bida.
Chizizi, Lana Pita. Why was that almost Asian?
I don't know.
Uncle of being a skinwalker, so they avoided him at all costs. Trades were kept to a minimum, and he was excluded from community rituals. It should be mentioned that no one had any proof of his skinwalker ways. It was all secondhand stories and hearsay, but whenever a tragic event occurred, he was blamed. Someone would get sick, seemingly out of nowhere, and the medicine man's methods would fail to fight the illness. Elixirs, sand paintings, herbs, chants, they were all useless, and so the medicine man would say, well, Many Goat's uncle must have thrown one of his bad medicine darts. Then they'd cut the skin of the patient to suck out the bad medicine. As time went on, the community sphere of Many Goat's uncle.
Tanner might as well be a doctor.
Hold. Please hold.
Scooby's mic.
Tanner, you can't have that on camera. No.
It is a tool. Mini done goats done got you. Or uncle. Mini goats uncle done got you. I can have it on camera. It's my podcast. If they have a problem with it, oh well.
Rude. And at one point,
I meant
rumors
like
circulated
YouTube
that he
guidelines.
I've seen people hold guns on. You can have them as long as it's not on a live stream.
Oh yeah,
Which
John,
is a
John
s-
Morant.
Which is a stupid rule to me. But anyways, they don't care about all that.
form of a coyote dug up the grave of a recently deceased infant and devoured its body. Then he
YouTube is
supposedly
very weird on
used
their
that baby's
guidelines.
hair, clothes,
It really
and
is.
bones to make the bad
Stop.
medicine he placed in his darts.
This one's
So
sharp.
whenever a coyote howled at night, the young people would cower and hide, while the older folks would say, "There goes Many Goat's uncle. I wonder whose baby he'll get tonight."
Many
And to those
Goat's
wondering,
uncle.
Why wouldn't they just kill this guy?
I wonder whose baby he's gonna get tonight. They place in beds up here. They're like, hey, I got Tony's newborn. Yeah, he's going tonight.
Over under
No.
1.5 babies tonight.
No. I got Jimmy John back in the back there. I think his newborn is going tonight. Yo, yes sir. No, bro, did you see that one fat kid down the street? That's the one going, bro. He's gonna feed him for 2 or 3 days, not just one. That's the one that's going. That's exactly what was happening between the old people or whatever.
If he was so evil, the main reason was out of fear. To threaten a skinwalker's life could make him desperate, and who knew what kinds of magic he could produce to save his own skin. So instead of attacking him directly, they try to create good medicines that were strong enough to combat his. Besides, according to Tall Man, the storm god saved the people the trouble of killing him anyway. One day, Many Goat's uncle was riding cross country, and when he passed through a gully, a black storm cloud formed over his head, and a bolt of lightning struck him off his horse. Then a torrent.
The lightning man killed
The goat man uncle.
Goat man uncle. Many Goat's uncle. Light man come from sky. Sorry, that was racist.
Rain poured from the sky and washed his body deeper into the gully where it was buried with mud and trash. Was this the god's way of punishing him for being an arbiter of chaos, or just an unlucky coincidence? The Navajo themselves couldn't say for sure, but they were grateful that they no longer had to fear the mysterious skinwalker. Our next story is a bit more gruesome than that one. Actually, a lot more gruesome. It comes from a book called Some Kinds of Power by Margaret K. Brady, who collected skinwalker stories directly from Navajo children. You'll notice that this one unfolds quite a bit differently than the last one. Instead of being a tale about a real-life man who was accused of being a skinwalker and how his community treated him, This one is closer to a ghost story or a folk tale with a lesson to learn at the end. It follows a family of 5. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son, and a baby boy. The family lived in a little house way out in the Utah boonies, so whenever they needed supplies, like food, blankets, etc., they would have to ride out to the trading post, which was roughly a half-day's journey. According to our young storyteller, the parents and daughter headed out for one of these trading post runs just like they had countless times before, and they left their son, who we'll call Ushki, to take care of the baby. Maybe not the wisest decision, but the
Why are we calling him Ushki? Is that not his name? Or are we just making up names? Are we just making up stereotypical Native American names? Is that what we're doing? Like,
This episode might not go out.
baby was a year old, so not a complete newborn, and Ushki had proven that he could be trusted watching over him for a little while. Plus, he invited a friend over to help, and to give credit where it's due, their babysitting gig started very smoothly, almost boring. The baby did get fussy here and there, but after some food and a little bit of playtime, Ushki successfully put him to sleep, and everything stayed copacetic. Until the sun set. While the boys were alone and the baby was sleeping, they heard some scratching at the window, but when they looked outside, they didn't see anything. Then they heard a knock at the door, but when they opened it up, no one was there, so they locked it and went back to their business. The boys were a little weirded out at this point, but as the minutes rolled by and everything went silent again, they started to calm down. When suddenly, they heard pounding at the door. Someone wasn't knocking to see if anyone was home, they were attacking the door, trying to break it down. In a panic, the friend opened the back window and climbed onto the roof of the house, but Ushki was too afraid to leave. He crawled under the bed and closed his eyes tight, waiting for this nightmare to end. The pounding at the door was relentless, and so was the baby's crying. In his panic, Ushki had forgotten him on the bed, and now he was too paralyzed with fear to step out and rescue him. Just when Ushki thought these nightmarish
so
Man,
Ushki just said,
damn
screw,
kids.
screw the baby, I'm saving myself. I'm starting to not like Ushki. Is Hostine the baby, or is that the older guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
Pay more attention.
noises couldn't get any more deafening. They stopped all at once, but even still, he didn't move a muscle. Ushki stayed hidden under the bed for what felt like hours until the dead silence was broken by more knocking at the door. But this time, it was gentle, and he heard his father's voice on the other side asking to be let in.
Don't open
Unsure
it.
if this was some kind of black magic trickery, Ushki crept up to the door and pressed his ear to it. When he heard the voices of his mom and sister, he finally felt safe unlocking it. But this nightmare had only just begun, because the moment that Ushki's father stepped inside, he let out a blood-curdling scream. And when Ushki turned around to see what had scared his dad so much, he saw his baby brother lying on the bed, in a puddle of blood, with his head missing.
That's
Ushki's father demanded
crazy.
answers, but his
What in the world? It was the our mini goat's uncle.
It's always the uncle.
That's crazy.
That's wow.
Okay, so Skinwalkers are just Native Americans with extra magic that turned evil.
That's hot.
I guess so. That's weird.
son didn't know how to explain it. He told his family about the pounding at the door, but insisted that he never heard anyone enter the house. Upon hearing this, his dad stepped outside to investigate and spotted a blood trail leading away from their property.
Are those
At
eyes?
this point, the father, who we'll call Hastine, went to town and
Oh,
gathered
the
some
dad's
friends to do
Hastine.
some skinwalker hunting.
How are we
Even
just
for
calling him
Navajo,
names?
This was not an easy trail to track. Eventually, the blood all but disappeared, and they were forced to follow footprints, which somehow appeared to transform. At first, they looked like human footprints, but half a mile in, they were seemingly turned into wolf tracks. Then, another few miles on, they disappeared entirely. Lucky for Hastine, there was only one house within sight of the tracks, so he and his buddies figured that had to be where the person who murdered his son was hiding. But when they knocked on the door, they were surprised by who was on the other side. They had been expecting to see a crazed-looking man covered in blood, animal pelts, and bones, but outside, which turned up absolutely nothing. Then they entered the house, and it was here they found their answers. One of Hestine's friends took notice of an old, tattered rug. When he lifted it up, he found
It was
a
the old
cellar
people,
door
wasn't it?
hiding underneath. Hestine cautiously approached the cellar door, opened it up, and climbed down the steps, while his friends waited up top with the old couple. The cellar was freezing cold and pitch black, so Hestine couldn't see anything. But after his eyes adjusted to the dim light, he noticed a figure standing in the corner. He called out, demanding they identify themselves, but they gave no answer. And as the room continued to brighten up, he saw it. On every wall of the cellar were shelves filled with decomposing human heads, and the two freshest heads that sat directly over the figure's shoulder belonged to his infant son and Ushki's friend. When Hestine recognized them, he immediately shot at the figure, but his bullets had seemingly no effect. Then, right before
How
Wait, what?
recent was this?
When did they have bullets? I thought this was Native American. When did Native Americans have guns?
Well, guns have been around for a
Well,
long
yeah, but
time.
like Native Americans didn't like use guns. When did Native Americans use guns? Really? They've been using them as early as the 17th century. When the European colonies arrived, they started using guns. I didn't know that. I mean, like, it makes sense, but
That kinda makes sense.
I always just assumed they just didn't.
They just didn't.
They just didn't.
Riley's philosophy. Nah, they just didn't.
We just didn't.
Why? Why'd they kill him? Nah, they just
We
didn't.
just didn't. I was...
size, the figure began melting, or at least that's how it appeared. He shrunk down to a fraction of his normal size, taking the form of a fox, and then he darted up the cellar stairs and out the front door. No one had gotten a good look at his face, and the old couple refused to reveal what they knew, either out of fear of retaliation from the Skinwalkers or because they were Skinwalkers themselves. Either way, the basement of body parts was enough for Hestine and his friends to find the couple guilty of that night's crime, so they shot them dead.
Yes!
What?
Bro, I was literally sitting here. I'm like, please tell me they shot them.
The old couple did literally nothing that they knew of, and they're like, "Yep,
That's
this'll
enough.
do."
That's enough evidence. Yes.
It's like,
That's
well,
hilarious.
we
I
couldn't
wanted
find the
it
real,
specifically for the plot twist.
we couldn't find the real killer, so I guess you guys will do.
Man, they don't escape last time. It's your turn. Wait, when was it? Because didn't it say he shot 2 rounds at the Skinwalker?
Yeah,
When was this?
you're right. When did they have multiple?
Because this would have been when they had some sort of either like repeating.
how would I say it? When was the
Skinwalker
first
shootout with the old couple.
gun with multiple
1800s.
rounds? The earliest form of a multi-shot firearm is 14th century.
Whoa.
The first patent for the Kalthoff system was issued in France by Louis the something in 1640. So I guess, yeah.
I'm curious when this was though.
Multiple round firearm.
Yeah, but from the sound of things, it was much quicker than having to reload
Well, I mean,
it and then
it-
also recap the gun.
I don't.
From how he described it, I don't know.
I think
I don't
he
know how fast or
over exaggerated.
slow.
I think it was something like this. If you can see that.
I don't know that it was something like that because I was in France.
I mean, yeah, but it could have been. Well, I mean, in 1640, they're very. What it could have been in like 1700, and it could have been like, oh, they brought guns over
Yeah.
by then. Yeah, it very well could have been something like that. That's crazy. It's so weird.
So, but interesting.
Not exactly what I would call a happily ever after, but believe
No.
it or not, this disturbing story does serve a purpose beyond Spookinya. Spookinya is definitely part
Spooking ya.
reason, so you can learn.
Is that a name of a place, or is it just saying that he's spooking,
He's spooking
us?
you stupid idiot.
Why do you say it so weirdly?
Spooking ya.
Spooking ya. He made it sound like it was a place.
The characters. Little kids hearing the story will remember that Ushki allowed his baby brother to get killed when he left him behind while he crawled under the bed. And hopefully they'll learn not to make the same mistake. But adults can learn some things too, like not to leave your kids unattended for extended periods of time if you can help it. Because the world is unpredictable, and you never know when your kids will find themselves in a dangerous situation they don't know how to handle. You can basically think of the Skinwalker as filling the role of the big bad wolf in Little Red Riding Hood. But I swear, they're not
Except it
werewolves.
eats
Apart
babies.
from their animalistic similarities, both are a metaphor for the evils that one can encounter in this world. And the other characters teach us how to respond to that evil, or in the case of Ushki and Little Red, how not to respond. And one factor that makes Skinwalkers and the big bad wolf such powerful.
How not to respond. Don't hide under the bed like a little. Alrighty. Well, if you
While
guys
your
are
brother
gonna
gets his head taken
yeah,
off.
if you're getting invaded by the house, don't hide under your bed, guys. Okay, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait, but we never figured out what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to take the baby.
With you?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, no, that won't work because then it'll
it'll
smell
just
the
get both
it'll
of you.
smell the baby, and then you're screwed anyway.
Yeah.
If one
Ah,
of-
no, why would you make it harder on them? Offer up the baby.
Yeah.
Duh, my bad, guys.
Here, trade this for my life.
They
Take this one,
exist
I
in the
mean-
real world. There are
He's
predators like
tastier.
the big bad wolf who are patiently waiting for you to let your guard
Or
down
Tanner.
so they can strike when you least expect it. Then there's the Skinwalkers, anarchists who want to rip the fabric of society apart at the seams. Some of them do it for their own personal gain, but
They've
others
used the exact same picture like 4 times, just changed how they show it.
do it solely out of hatred. Hatred for who they are, how they're treated, and how the world operates. So they act out
That
by
one.
literally shitting on anything society holds sacred in the hopes that will somehow bring it all crashing down. Whether or not their evil magic actually worked is a matter of belief, but their existence is a fact.
That's actually my
And even though
great-grandpa.
there are fewer skinwalkers now than ever, there are other evil beings who hold the same values, or lack thereof. But just like with the Navajo, the
Okay, we're
solution
gonna do
is
something
not
else now.
Yeah, that was.
Alright. No, go back. I don't. What is McAfee? I don't know.
Big thanks to John Solo.
Yep. Go check out his channel.
Seems like he has some interesting things on his channel.
Yeah. A lot of
A lot of monster stuff.
yeah. But alrighty, well, let's now we're gonna do something else now because there was another video I want to watch. Maybe here. 1 second. Alrighty. Talk to him for a second, Riley. Entertain.
So Skinwalkers. They're weird. They ate people. They took the heads off of babies. Addison, you say
Them
something. You haven't
things-
said anything.
Those
yet.
are annoying though. So can you blame them that much?
True. I'm eating blueberries right now.
That's why it's called Iftism Talk, folks.
Frozen blueberries to be specific. Really good. Also, natural anti-inflammatory.
Alright.
Oh, it's making my teeth blue though.
We're gonna watch some like Skinwalker moments or something, just for funsies now.
What the heck? Now that we know what a skinwalker is, can we say that that's not a skinwalker? Yeah, he's a skinwalker.
Heck no.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
first
not
of all,
Skinwalker.
it's midnight.
Oh, heck
It
no.
looks scary. It's completely blackout. Can we please go inside and just go to bed? I'm terrified. Sir, you're getting very close to me. Why are you walking like that? No. No, Steve.
What are you doing?
That's not no. What?
That's just.
No, that's AI. That was just so fake. That was real.
She saw her farm animals running away from the field.
Yeah.
As she went to see
why she sees this. A disturbing video
This.
of one of my
This.
dark adventures where a woman named Heather's driving by her field after seeing her cattle scared, running away from something there. But as she arrives, she sees this.
This.
Saw the
Yes.
cattle dart from the back of the property to the front. When she saw this, she jumped in her truck to get a better view of it.
She said it wrong. It's
This. This.
A strange humanoid pale figure can be seen just standing in the middle of the field as it twitches his body. After some time, this thing disappears as it's later seen hiding in the field, staring at her.
That's just a
Saw her farm
pedophile.
animals running away from the
okay. So
That's
this
just a-
shows that people don't actually know what skinwalkers are. After watching that video,
Skinwalker disguised as animals. Why are we showing the
that's an
glider?
airplane. That's a-
I mean- oh yeah, we saw this one a
Yeah.
little earlier. This is goofy though. Oh, what the heck? What are we looking at? Wow.
Maybe it was just someone watching the sunset.
Or maybe it's somebody sitting close and you're comparing it to the tree line. Wow. Maybe it's not a giant. Freaking idiots. I hate people.
Anyway,
We're watching more because I don't care.
Somebody in the comments asked me to whistle to what we think might be a skinwalker. Let's see what happens.
That's just a Brahma. I'm pretty sure that's just a Brahma.
Somebody in the comments asked
That
me
was
to
dumb.
whistle to what we think might be a skinwalker.
Oh, stupid.
after watching the other video, we actually know what a skinwalker is, and I think it's safe to say none of these are skinwalkers.
Oh, this one. Hold up.
Photo 1.
Oh, that's cute. Bro, leave the dog alone. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I want to watch. There was a certain video I was trying to find that's like an actual, like, full length video. 1 second.
I watched it.
Food's done.
It's like a 4-minute video. Here we go. This is it.
Janelle Bynum is fighting to lower costs. She says billionaires should pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for working people and lower healthcare costs for families. Tell Janelle Bynum, keep fighting to lower
This is not a political podcast.
No.
Skinwalker Ranch really derived its name from a curse. The Skinwalker curse has its roots in a feud between the Ute tribe and the Navajo tribe. At a time when the Utes were really aligned with the United States government and had sold many of their peers into slavery. So the Navajo cursed this property. A skinwalker is essentially a witch that has chosen to put on the skin, essentially, or the form of what can only be described as a giant wolf. A skinwalker is something that exhibits superhuman agility and strength. Placing the skinwalker curse on this property made it a very real place to avoid.
So, apparently, this actually makes sense because supposedly in the lore, cannibalism actually gives you like superhuman strength and superhuman speed. So it makes sense that they were cannibals,
According to what?
Yeah.
according to folklore. Yeah.
We've heard all these stories that if you dig on this ranch, bad things might happen to the people that do the digging. So there's a space down here that we've got instruments that say there might be something underground, but the only way to know is to drill. We want to do it safely, and we certainly don't want to do something that's dangerous. But we'd love to get your perspective on it.
Well, normally when we do anything to disturb the earth, we usually lay down the blessing, because I don't want to tap into something that isn't meant to tap into.
Amen. That's been my whole contention the entire time.
Let's put it this way. Let's go and see.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
This guy's totally scamming him. Like, he's totally just making this up to make some money.
The guy saying he wants to drill.
No, the Native American, he's totally making everything up just to get some money out of it.
No.
You know, it goes quite a ways south. Larry Cesspooch performing a youth tribal blessing at the drill site might help calm the anxiety that some of the guys have about disturbing the ground on the range. And who knows, maybe it will really help keep us safe.
As you can tell, this is one of the old dwellings here. We call it Homestead 2. This is an area where people have had various experiences. I'll leave it at that.
So, if we decide to dig, it's going to be along this roadway where we detected anomalies under the ground. We don't know what it is. We just know it's something different than the rest of the dirt around under the ground here.
Right. I will lay some tobacco. I will ask for understanding that
Do they get to
no
keep
one
it?
be hurt or affected.
We'll listen with reverence.
Sure. I will know. Bonite. Bueno. Te voy pinapalit. Echaga. Only. Zesnikava. Vodka. Data watcher. Vodka listening. Vodka listening. Oh my God.
Or just dip.
Okay.
Wow, thank you
Put
very
in
much for that.
Copenhagen on the ground and
Appreciate
do
you
nothing right.
helping us with that.
Would it work if
Yeah,
I
would
did it?
hope that you all would have
No.
been
Am I not
praying
native
with me,
enough?
'cause
You're
you're
not
the ones
enough.
that's gonna do it. And if it's something
How much are you?
that we should touch or tap.
Sorry about that.
Your instruments, your machinery will malfunction, and just take that as a sign that it's not good. Just leave it at that.
Can't tell you how much I appreciate everything.
Yeah, he's been trying to tell us no, and I think this helps.
Correct.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
having
having
me.
me.
Yeah.
Great to meet
Yeah,
you, Larry.
likewise.
Thank you.
Oh, that was stupid. That's not what I thought it was. Not gonna lie.
Why would you lie?
The documentary is
I lost you.
Well,
Alrighty, well,
Don't
that's
mix pink salt with lemon and
Okay.
2 other ingredients
Shut
you
up.
don't want to.
make math. What are we doing? Alrighty, well, that is gonna be all for this episode of the podcast. We'll see you guys next time. Got anything else? I'm good. We don't want you to talk. What about you, Riley?
Skinwalkers are interesting. I mean, we definitely learned about them. I didn't know that it was a native thing. I thought
Yeah.
a lot of weird things I had no idea about. Well, leave in the comments what you think we should do next. We'd appreciate it. Just give us ideas,
Yeah.
and we will see you next time.
See you guys next time.